Dan Coia. What's up, Dan?
Hey, nothing. What's up, Sully?
I guess you're considered an old vet now, right?
I guess so. I've been playing in the league since the '90s. So
it's back to the usual suspects in the championship series again. Same matchup as last year, Margate against Hamilton. This has become quite the rivalry the last couple of years. Talk about that a little bit, and you guys are looking to take that championship back. Hamilton beat you guys last year in the final game.
Yeah, I remember all too well. It's funny that rivalry has been actually for Hamilton, many years ago, and Margate was the rivalry, and it was Margate and Hamilton in the finals. And I take a few years off, and I come back, it's Margate and Hamilton again. So hopefully, we can come out on top this year. But it is the same too at the end of the season. Here we are again.
Dan, how tough is it year after year getting through these first couple rounds of the playoffs? I guess it gets a little bit tougher every year. You guys had Egg Harbor Township in the first round, and then Absecon was really looking to knock you guys off in the semifinals, and you found a way to get past them. What does that say about this team? You guys just know how to win at the right time.
Absolutely. It gets harder each year because the more you win, the more you have the target on your back, and everybody wants to knock you off, and everybody's that much more intense when they're playing you, and they want to be the ones to knock you down. So as hard as it is to get there, it's as hard, if not harder, to stay there. But luckily, with our team, we have guys that have been in the league for a long time. A lot of college Division I baseball players who have been in, their conference tournaments and NCAA regionals, played pro ball. So it's nothing that they haven't seen before. We have guys, we have myself and another guy there in our, later 30s. We have like a regular dad squad out there. So it's the experience definitely helps. It definitely helps, and it helps us. We try not to get rattled too much, and just kind of stay the course throughout the game.
So you're one of the few
when we're down.
You're one of the few teams that has some strollers over in the stands, right?
That's for sure. For sure. Many strollers. It's almost like there's more guys on the field with strollers on the sidelines than not.
Talking with Dan Coia, catcher for the Margate Hurricanes. They're going to be in the championship series against Hamilton in the ACBL finals coming up next week. Dan, talk about Lou Pepper a little bit. He's obviously the talk of the town now as he's nearing the ACBL wins record. You and I spoke last week about him for a story for Glory Days magazine, and what a tremendous pitcher. I think he's 130 and 14, something like that, career record. So he's one win away from tying Tom Gallagher and 2 wins away from becoming the all-time wins leader. He might have a shot depending on how many games the championship series goes. But just an interesting guy, not really going to overpower a lot of people, throws low 80s, but has a hammer curveball and just knows how to win. I mean, when you look at that record, even you as a longtime baseball guy has to be like, how is this guy doing this year after year?
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, you said it right there. You wonder how he's doing it year after year. He gets older, and it's almost like he gets better. He's able to. He's got that factor that you can't teach. He's just tough. He just knows how to win, and even if he doesn't have his best fastball or his best curveball, he finds a way to gut it out and win and keep our team in the game. And our team, we have a lot of, like all of our pitchers, but most of these guys have been playing behind Lou for years. Since Lou was 14 or 15 years old, 16 years old, pitching in this league. So they know what they're going to get from Lou, and we all know what we're going to get from Lou. That he's gonna go out there and compete, even if he's not feeling it. He's not going to give up. He's going to tough it out, and most of the time we're going to be in the game. We just got to, hopefully find a way to scratch out some runs. If he's not feeling that good, we got to scratch out a couple more runs. But he's definitely a tough pitcher, and he's been doing it for a long time. Tom Gallagher was a great pitcher as well. They were different, but they're the same. Tom was kind of the same way. He was tough. He, even when he was older in this league, he didn't want to lose. He was just tough, and gave you everything he had, just like Lou.
Dan,
we're fortunate to have him.
Do you ever kind of smile a little bit back there behind the plate when you see a young hitter, who's all full of confidence, come up there and 3 pitches later he's out from Lou Pepper or one of these other guys, Jason Downey, Jared Lenko? I mean, it's got to be fun as a catcher to catch these guys and to really be able to do whatever you want in terms of calling a game.
It is. It reminds me of myself and being a young guy in the league and these older guys, doing the same thing to me. But you're absolutely right. That's exactly it. They come up and, they're, big, strong young kids. And then you have Lou and Jay and Jared, who have, ton of experience. They know how to pitch, and they're just, they can expose weaknesses, and their experience takes over, as opposed to pumping 90 by them. Now they have to kind of think a little bit and, use their mind. And it's kind of poetry in motion.
That's a great point. I think what a lot of people don't really understand about pitching is the ability to adapt within a game. Say you're facing some younger kids that you might not have ever pitched against before. I think what separates some of these guys on your team is the ability to find out those weaknesses within a few pitches and expose them the rest of the game.
Absolutely. And, as we get older, you really have to adapt even more because everything doesn't show up every day. Your fastball might not show up this week. Your curveball or slider might not show up the next week, and you have to adapt. And we have, there's, each team, Hamilton, they have a solid lineup. We're going to pitch them differently than we pitched Absecon, and we have to game plan for those guys. They have some big hitters in the middle of their lineup that can really do some damage on some mistakes. So we really have to kind of tighten up with what we're going to do with them. And luckily, hopefully, the experience is going to take over, and we will be able to adapt to that.
Dan, real quick before we let you go, what's this championship like? It's obviously one of the highlights of the summer in terms of the shore area, and you get a lot of fans out there to watch these games. They know there's going to be some great players, some top Division I talent, some older guys who have done some great things in the league, and it's really neat to see as this series progresses, the championship series. With each game, you kind of get more and more fans, and when it does come down to a final fifth game, you get a huge crowd out there at Margate or Hamilton, wherever it might be, and it's got to be a really neat experience year after year.
It really is. It's a great atmosphere. Playing, years ago, you played in the championship. There might have been 5 people there, and you win, and it's like, hey, great. This is like truly, it's almost like a college baseball atmosphere. I mean, there's a ton of fans there. Yogi's got the Hurricane Grill going. In the first inning, you're getting smoked out by the burger smoke. But it's all part of the experience. I mean, if the burger smoke wasn't choking you, it wouldn't be a Canes game.
Right.
So it really is a great experience. People love to come out. You see old faces. You see people that played for the team years ago. People that played in the league years ago, and it's just it's an intense atmosphere, and it's a lot of fun. And I can't wait. And unfortunately, it's only 5 games, and it'll be done.
Opening game Monday.
Monday night. 7:00. Hamilton Lake Park.
Nice. Good stuff, man. Well, good luck next week, and we'll be keeping tabs on you. Thanks, Dan.
Great. Thanks a lot. Take care.
All right, man. Have a good weekend. That was Dan Coia, veteran catcher for the Margate Hurricanes of the ACBL. Championship Series begins Monday night, 7 o'clock, I believe, Hamilton Lake Park. So Hamilton is the host team for the first game. They'll alternate games throughout the week.